Recently, President Shavkat Mirziyoyev chaired a meeting through a video conference on the development of service sector in regions. Details about this are in the following report.
The large-scale program launched 3 years ago is already showing positive results. In the service sector, an additional 1.5 million citizens have gained stable income sources, and the volume of services has grown from $19 billion in 2018 to $65 billion. The most significant growth has been in information technology, financial services, tourism, aviation, education, and healthcare. Despite this progress, there is still great potential for further development. However, opportunities in some regions and sectors are not being utilized. For example, in Khorizm, authorities aim to attract 6 million tourists, but there are not enough flights or railway connections to support this goal. Meanwhile, private sector investments in healthcare, aviation, and energy have exceeded $20 billion, but similar initiatives in drinking water supply, sewerage, and road construction are lacking. The meeting analyzed these challenges and identified further opportunities. Over the past 7 years, household incomes and purchasing power have doubled, increasing the demand for services. Ministries and local authorities have been instructed to find ways to expand service offerings and create better conditions for entrepreneurs. For the current year, the targets include increasing the service sector volume by 15% to reach $82 billion, raising exports to $8.5 billion, and providing employment for 2.5 million people. The banking and finance sector presents significant opportunities. Developers can convert 10-15% of new residential areas into non-commercial real estate. Banks may buy real estate from developers and lease it to entrepreneurs, which could put 50,000 square meters of non-commercial real estate into use and create 100,000 jobs. Additionally, financial services are expected to grow by 30%. The introduction of Mahalla bankers who will work closely with local communities will help expand financial services. Integrating data from the cadastre, tax authorities, and justice departments into banking systems will further improve service quality and accessibility. A new regional service sector development approach will be implemented this year. Local councils have approved 1,156 key projects, with 1 trillion sums allocated for the implementation. These projects include the creation of 72 coastal recreation areas, 154 tourist and gastronomic streets operating 24/7, modernization of 62 recreational parks, and the construction of 364 roadside service facilities. In the past 3 years, 27 public services have been transferred to the private sector. However, many services within ministries can still be privatized. This year, another 29 public services will be transferred to entrepreneurs. Additionally, steps will be taken to create open and transparent conditions for leasing and privatizing the state property. The president emphasized the need to increase remote service exports. To achieve this, the government will study foreign service markets and train specialists according to international standards. This year, $50 million has been allocated for startup projects in the creative economy to support youth initiatives and attract professionals working abroad. The goal is to increase IT service volumes by 30% to 80 trillion sums, raise exports to over $1 billion, and continue digitalizing services in various industries. Tourism remains the largest service sector. In recent years, partnerships with over 90 countries have led to a nearly fourfold increase in foreign tourist members. Tourism service exports reached $3.5 billion last year, but the country's potential is even greater. Citizens from Malaysia and Indonesia, for example, wish to visit the mausoleums of great scholars before performing Umrah. To accommodate them, the Umrah Plus tour package will be introduced. International concerts and forums in Samarkand, Shahrisabz, Bukhara, Khiva, and Tashkent will attract more visitors, boosting the hospitality, restaurant, retail, and entertainment industries. Opportunities are also emerging in the social sector. The medical hospitality program launched last year aims to attract foreign patients and expand medical service exports. Additionally, 125 new higher education institutions have been opened in the past 8 years, but educational service exports remain low. Some underutilized cultural and arts center may also be transferred to private operators. During the meeting, the president listened to reports from officials and held discussions with entrepreneurs. Industry leaders presented their plans to employ 2.5 million people in the service sector this year. On the same day, President of Uzbekistan Shavkat Mirziyoyev met with a Japanese delegation led by Special Advisor to the Prime Minister, Akihisa Nagashima, to discuss strengthening Uzbek-Japanese friendship, strategic partnership and cooperation in various fields. Special Advisor Nagashima conveyed a personal message and sincere greetings from Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. Japan considers Uzbekistan a reliable long-term partner in promoting free and open international cooperation based on the rule of law. The Japanese government highly values the dynamic development of bilateral relations, including economic and technological cooperation, energy, industry, infrastructure, social programs, education, culture, tourism, and labor migration. Regional collaboration is also expanding. In 2024, trade turnover between the two countries increased by 35%. The total value of joint projects with Japan's leading companies and banks now exceeds $12 billion. About 100 joint ventures and organizations, including the Uzbek-Japanese Center, are successfully operating in Uzbekistan. President Mirziyoyev emphasized the importance of maintaining active high-level contacts and visits. He welcomed the ongoing cooperation in trade, investment, finance and technology, particularly through Japan's Development Assistance Program. The Uzbek leader also wished Japan success in hosting the World Expo, which will begin in April in Osaka. Both sides exchanged views on regional cooperation, particularly in preparation for the upcoming First Central Asia plus Japan summit.